Welcome to Hanksy Panksy Horror Hut, a podcast where currently two dumb idiots are going to watch a horror movie, and one of them is about to go out on paternity leave. So join us by the fireside tonight while we dig into Scream. Hey, Sam.
That is fantastic. Hold on, I dropped something real quick. Hold on here. Hold on.
Okay.
Jump scare.
Oh, got me.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, got me so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, folks, I'm doing the intro this time because we're doing something a little different. Sam, we're gonna dig into Luke's Horror Hut.
Mm-hmm.
For the next for the foreseeable future, because you are having the wee baby Keanu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so in the interim, folks, here's what's gonna happen. Sam's gonna go away and not podcast and focus on raising a human being.
Yeah.
Seems
what a piece of shit.
What a piece of shit Sam is for abandoning this project to go raise a human being.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, what's gonna happen is this. We watched Scream. That's the reveal for today. We watched 1997 Scream.
96.
96 is Scream. Excuse me. I was going off of
damn it, Luke.
I was going off memory for that one.
5 years before the towers fell, not 4.
Thank you. What am I going to do without you?
Well, you're going to really lose track of what year it is without someone reminding you how many years
since the towers fell.
Before, since the towers fell. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do my best. God knows I'll do my best. Yeah, I wanted to do a thing, and the project is basically we're gonna watch Scream. We've done that. We watched Scream.
Done. Yeah. Check. Tick.
Check. Tick. And then, keeping in the theme of this podcast, me and my partner Jackie are going to do. We're going to watch every movie that we can get our hands on that's referenced in Scream. Which you may be thinking, is that a big list? Oh, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big list of horror movies. Scream's real meta. And they talk about a lot of horror movies. So we've got our plates full.
Do you have that list on you currently?
Yes.
Can you rattle it off? Because I'm kind of curious what all's in there.
Yeah, ordinarily we don't like to sort of peek too far ahead, but in this case, I think it's worth it. So Sam, this is the list, and we pared it down. So there's like a list somebody put together of like homages, so things inside Scream that are clear homages to other horror movies. This is only the most overt homages and direct mentions.
Okay.
So either a movie that's on in the background, somebody has a tape of it, they mention it explicitly, or they're directly ripping it off.
Gotcha. Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Halloween, Children of the Corn 2, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th 2, Psycho, The Exorcist, Basic Instinct, Con Air, Candyman, Frankenstein, The Howling, Prom Night, Mother's Boy, The Town That Dreaded Sundown, Hellraiser, The Evil Dead, The Fog, Terror Train, I Spit on Your Grave, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Bad Seed, Silence of the Lambs, Carrie.
I'm noticing two things that you're missing.
Yeah.
And I clocked this. They do mention Meg Ryan.
Okay.
And I feel like you have to watch a Meg Ryan movie.
Okay. Welcome to Luke's Horror Hut, where we're digging into the oeuvre of Meg Ryan.
Because they just mentioned something about Meg Ryan, and it's just like, well, I mean, I think you got to watch one Meg Ryan movie. The other one that they mention on more than one occasion, Luke, is pornography. So you're going to have to watch a porn, one unit of porn.
Yeah.
And talk about it.
That's going to be, excuse me. It's going to be really interesting on this side of the table.
Yeah.
But if it's what the folks demand, it's what the folks demand. I guess maybe the best way to do that would be to find a porn parody of a famous, like something in that list.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, actually, hey, let me look up porn parody of horror movie. How about that?
We could come up with some of our own.
Oh, okay. And film your own.
Yeah, well, not so much that, but as right now, you and I could spitball some porn parody names.
Okay.
So I'm thinking Children of the Corn. is kind of a no-go because you've got children in the title.
Yeah. That's no good.
That's no good.
Friday the 15th.
Friday the 15th is extremely good.
I pride myself.
Yeah. What else did Nightmare on Elm Street, Wet Dream on Elm Street.
Wet Dream on Elm Street, or conversely, Nightmare on MILF Street.
Yes, Nightmare on MILF Street is fantastic.
Is Hella Queef anything?
Yes. Sadly,
Okay.
I think it is because here's the deal. The barrier to entry for porn titles is on the floor.
Yeah.
You can step
low.
over that bad boy. You could trip over it.
Oh, yeah.
So Hallow Queef is not good, but I think it's gonna it's got a foot in the door.
It makes the list. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see.
You just on the old porn hubs over there?
Well, I would be, except if you recall, the state of Arkansas requires ID verification to look at porn now. And so because of that, Pornhub just says no one in Arkansas gets to look at our site.
Yeah. So you don't have like a VPN over there?
Only on my work computer, and I am not doing it on that. Let me tell you.
Dropping a bomb right before you go out on parental leave, huh?
No, instead I'm looking at horrorsociety.com, and we've got a handful here.
Okay. I just want to point out really quick how baller it would be. What happened to Sam? Well, he went on parental leave. Yeah, but what happened before that? Well, he looked at an astounding amount of porn.
So much porn.
So much porn.
On a VPN.
On a VPN that we control. So we tracked all of it. And it was, he was gooner baiting.
Yeah. It was 2 shifts in a row. Like, and what you're thinking is like, oh, he like looked at porn for 2 No, as near as we could tell, it was continuous, 48 hours.
48 hours of jerking it, I guess.
Yeah.
Collecting data. Anyway, okay, yeah, break me off some of these.
Okay. The whores have eyes.
Interesting. That seems almost philosophical.
It does a little bit. This one, I disagree with its categorization of a horror as a horror film, but Edward Penis Hands.
Okay. Yeah.
Saw a Triple X parody. Not very good.
Not very creative, eh?
Official Psycho parody. Also bad. Official Silence of the Lambs parody. Okay. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That just seems like low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. American Horror Story. Buffy the Vampire Slayer Triple X parody. Paranormal Activity, a hardcore parody. The Blair Witch Project, a hardcore parody. Fuckenstein. Yeah. There we go.
Fuckenstein was worth the price of entry for this otherwise pretty boring list.
Texas Dildo Masquerade.
Okay, now we're cooking with gas.
We're getting here. This one's pretty fucking good.
Okay.
It's So the parody for Jaws, Gums. And the person who's talking about this said the film was surprisingly parodied not long after Jaws' release in what is easily the most entertaining porn parody I have ever seen. So, bud, I think if you're going to watch a porn parody, it needs to be Gums.
Gums. I don't know if Jaws is referenced in Scream.
But porn is.
Oh, but porn is, yeah. It'd be nice if we could get all of our stars and planets to align and do a porn parody that was referenced in Scream.
Well, there's also Driller, a sexual thriller, which is a porn parody of Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Interesting.
And top of the list, Evil Head.
Evil Head's pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm. Let's
Evil
see.
Dead is mentioned in Scream, so
Yeah, so there you go. That's your list of porn parodies, and I was not in incognito mode.
well, it was for that's a tax deductible business research
Oh
right
yeah.
there.
No, just raw dogging my search engine.
Yeah, just how much do you think you'd have to do before your Google News suggestions give you like porn industry updates?
I don't think it would, if I'm being honest,
You don't think there's
because
an amount that would trigger that?
no, because when you start, because you know how like when you start searching something, it will like kind of suggest what will come next.
Yeah.
The minute you touch anything, even moderately sexual, it's like I'm not touching that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It does sort of give up.
Mm-hmm. It says
Um,
no. I won't lead you down this primrose path.
well, Sam, we're 10 minutes in. I need to
Mm-hmm.
know, how was your watch of 1996's Scream?
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
about the day that I had.
Okay.
So we had an appointment with the baby doctor today,
Yeah.
and there was a chance that McKenna's scheduled to be induced in a bit.
Yeah.
But there was a chance that maybe she was going to have to be induced today.
Yeah.
And the anxiety was tangible,
Yeah.
let me say. And so was real anxious yesterday, real anxious this morning. Go to the baby doctor, we're waiting. I'm just fucking twitching,
Yeah.
Doctor comes in, and lovely guy, beautiful head of hair, cool dude. And he's, talking to us and saying that, stuff looks pretty good. And then he goes, "So do you guys have any Thanksgiving plans?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, maybe this is a good sign." Find out, yep, we're good. We're good.
Nice.
The relief that I felt, Luke, I could have lifted a truck.
I bet so.
I did two. This ranks second on the list of the greatest relief I've ever felt.
What's number one?
Hearing the wee baby Keanu's heartbeat the first time.
Aw, that's amazing.
I know, it's
Yeah.
very sappy. Third, though, if you would like to know,
Uh-huh.
was on prom night.
Great movie. Gonna touch it. Have to
Mhm.
do it. It's
Yeah,
referenced a lot in Scream.
It is. So on prom night, Karen and I were hanging out at my house. We were going to stay up watching movies until midnight. We were
I
going to
know
make
it.
waffles.
Yeah.
I had a cardiac arrhythmia, and I had a tachycardia, so a really fast heartbeat
Yeah.
that would not go away despite laying down in a tub full of ice and doing just a bunch of stuff to try to fix it. So we were going to have to go to the hospital to get that fixed, and I would be the only person at the ER not getting their stomach pumped.
Mhm.
So I was pretty nervous about that. Turns out, so I woke my parents up. We were starting to get ready to go to the hospital, trying to figure out what we were going to do with Kenna, because I had picked her up and driven her around and wasn't going to make her go to the ER with me.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, "Hey, let me try this one thing," and did a carotid massage, and boom, better.
Nice. Yeah, I forgot about that little
Yeah.
episode in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So third on the list
Damn.
of big relief.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. So that was kind of my morning, and so
Yeah.
I was fucking jazzed all day. Just like to be clear, very excited about the wee baby Keanu and meeting my blushing baby boy. Was not ready
Yeah.
today. Just hadn't set up leave with work, hadn't gotten some stuff finished that I needed to get done.
Didn't
So
crank it for 48 consecutive hours before
yeah,
leaving on parental leave.
yeah, well, on my work's VPN. So so yeah, big relief. So just had a great day.
Hell yeah,
Bopping
brother.
around, having a good time, playing some City Skylines 2, playing a little bit of Jusant. Did
What was that last one?
Jusant?
Jusant.
Yeah. It's
I feel in French.
actually no. Incorrect. So it's a one word.
Okay.
Jusant. And it's a like a nautical term for something about the tides.
I see. Okay.
But it's a lovely little game about rock climbing. Anyway,
Oh.
did a workout, all of this, and then sat down to watch the movie over some barbecue.
Oh, dude, we did as well.
Now, what's your barbecue choice?
Well, I will say I'm a little snobby when it comes to barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing in town really hits the mark.
Yeah.
Is my opinion. That's
Have
just
you
me.
done Have you done Count Porcula?
I haven't done Count Porcula yet, which is such a
Okay,
good name.
it's so good. And then there's also, we haven't tried it yet. There's like a Wright's barbecue, down in like kind of the riverfront area. That's supposed to be good. It's like a
Yeah.
Texas barbecue joint.
Fuck yeah, get that brisket.
Mm-hmm.
But no, so basically the deal is that my nephew refers to Thanksgiving as Chicken Wing Day. For reasons known only to a 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Chicken wing day.
Shout out to him. So Chicken Wing Day inspired us to get some fucking chicken wings. So that's what we did. And we got them from Whole Hog. And I am there. It's good. It's really good barbecue. Their wings though, oh,
Really?
perfect. Their wings are exquisite. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. See,
Where'd you guys get yours from?
made it.
Holy hell. Way to
It's
one up me in such a
I'm
big way.
Look, it's not like true fucking barbecue. Like if a Texan were in this room, they'd skewer me.
Yeah, they drive you right, tar and feather you.
Yeah, they put a real thick rub on me and put me in a smoker for hours on end.
Yeah.
Until I developed a delicious bark.
Yeah.
But no, so just do chicken in a Dutch oven with some onions and some barbecue sauce. And do that. Ken also makes a mean coleslaw.
Oh yeah.
And
that I'm very into. Give me the stankiest cabbage.
yeah, and then some beans. Hey, Daphne, I love you very much, and you're totally fine to hang out here. I've noticed your licking is getting picked up by the microphone.
Okay. Yeah, that's a problem, Cat.
That is a problem. Hey, would you care to stop? No. No, don't lick your butthole. That's louder. Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. I am so sorry, honey. Oh no, I'm so sorry. She didn't want to get up. I feel so bad.
It's okay. She'll get over it.
She will. Tiffany, we're good? We're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Very professional episode of the first episode of the Horror Hut.
Of Luke's Horror Hut.
That was my watch. Barbecue.
Okay. Nice.
Great day. How about yours?
Happened a while back. Like a week ago.
Yeah, okay.
For various reasons we couldn't do it tonight. Because we have other podcast obligations, which you'll hear about next week. But I own this bad boy, my dude.
You own it.
I own it in 4K UHD.
Jesus Christ.
It's like movie number 1 that we bought.
Really?
Was Scream 4K UHD because I love this movie.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, sorry, spoiler alert for the review section, but it's such a good watch every time. So there aren't a lot of movies that like I'm not a rewatcher other than The Martian.
Other than The Martian.
I don't tend to rewatch movies. Maybe I'll watch them again like 5 years later if I'm like, oh, that one was really good. I'll give that one another shot. I don't tend to rewatch stuff. Scream, big exception. Always down to watch Scream.
It's so dense. There's so much to pick up on. So yeah, pretty bog standard watch conditions. But did watch it in beautiful 4K off of the old Xbox.
Nice.
Xbox, as the Kiwis would say.
Xbox.
Xbox. Yeah, it was great, man. I have nothing else to report on the watch front.
I will just say on the topic of 4K UHD, you'll be happy to know that I used some birthday money to buy John Wick chapters 1 through 3 on 4K UHD.
Did you get the big fancy box set?
I got the one that you got.
Oh, okay, awesome. Because they make a gorgeous steel book at Best Buy.
Really?
That's got like a leaflet, like a book inside of artwork and stuff, but it is $80.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I love John Wick, not that much.
I'm gonna wait until they put out, like, they're done, and then they put out all of them in that format in like a gorgeous steelbook, and then they can have my $80. That seems fair.
I think that's fair.
But this bus is still moving.
Yeah, so, see, that's the problem.
Yeah.
So do you want to break down the plot of Scream?
Yes. So for those who haven't seen it, cannot emphasize this enough. We're about to spoil Scream. Scream is such a delicious eclair of a movie. If you can, please go watch it with no information at all.
Love the description of it.
Is your cat okay over there?
Yeah, she's fine. I was just
okay.
Making sure we're cool. For those who heard her, I did not hurt her. She just was mad that I was removing her.
Oh, yeah. You are the most gentle I've ever seen anybody with a cat.
Oh, yeah.
And that's saying something, because it's a cat. You're gentle with kittens, but you talk to them like they're people.
Yeah, I do. It will be interesting to see me juggle human baby and my fur babies.
Yeah. I think it'll be cool. You're gonna nail it. You're such a good cat dad. You'll be able to work out the balance. I just love every time I'm at your house and you politely ask one of your cats to do something. Sometimes they listen, is the weird part.
They do. We have a special bond, you know?
Yeah.
But yes,
anyway,
sorry.
All that to say, if you haven't seen Scream and you have an interest in horror movies and really good ones, please go watch Scream right now. Shut off the podcast, go watch it, come back. Okay. Tick tock. Okay, you're good. Scream. Basically, Drew Barrymore gets killed within the first 10 minutes.
Yep.
Because a guy in a ghost face mask. Ghostface is the main slasher villain of the series. He's got a face that looks like a ghost. You know him. You've seen him. Calls up the house and goes, "What's your favorite scary movie?" And then they play some mind games. The call is coming from within inside the house. Drew Barrymore gets brutally murdered.
Pretty bad.
As does her boyfriend. He gets eviscerated next to the pool. Beautiful stuff.
It's where you'd want to be eviscerated.
Yeah, and then I mean, it's great for cleanup. You have like a mop bucket the size of a pool right there.
There you go.
Let the pool filter take care of the rest. And let's see. How to actually break down. So there's this murder, obviously, in this town. Sydney Prescott is she's the final girl of the series. And she is in kind of a weird situation because her mother was killed about a year before, brutally. And this guy went to jail for it, Cotton Mather. Not important for this movie, comes up later. And her dad is leaving town, so she's by herself. There's this murder that's happened. Basically, it's kind of a whodunit. So, you know, it's a slasher flick. So Sydney gets a call from Ghostface, who is going to start playing games with the whole Sydney, attacks her in her house. She immediately runs up the stairs, even though she just said all the girls in these movies are idiots for running up the stairs. So Ghostface is targeting her. She escapes, yada yada yada. It's a slasher flick. So she goes to a party. A lot of people get murdered at this party. there's a reporter named Gail Weathers
Mm-hmm.
that's on the scene that documented Sidney Prescott's mom's whole deal and wrote a book about it. And Sidney's really mad at her. But to cut it short, it's a slasher flick. It's a whodunit. You're trying to figure out who amongst these teenage high school friends did the murders.
Yes.
There's only like maybe 12 characters total.
Yes.
Scream.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 12 suspects. This movie does an extremely good job of making it unclear. Everybody kind of has a motive, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Most people have a motive that you could see. So you see somebody, you think, could be them. And they talk about this in the movie. It's very meta. They're like, could be Stu over here. Because look at him, he's got this going on. Or
Mm-hmm.
it could be Billy Loomis, Sydney's boyfriend, who wants her to have sex with him and get over her dead mom.
Mm-hmm. It's been a year. Come on.
It's been a year. Come on, please touch my penis. Yeah. There's so much going on here, and it's very meta and very funny and very slashery. I swear to God, I'll do better with the other movies than Luke's Horror Hut, but this one is just so. I just want you people to watch it.
There's a lot to cover with it.
There's a lot to cover. The big twist at the end. They're all at this house party where everyone is slowly being picked off one by one and murdered, including Gale Weathers' camera guy, which sucks because he had a great jacket.
It was a nice jacket.
And so Sydney does end up sleeping with Billy Loomis, her boyfriend, at this house party. Well, that's a bit of a problem because the big reveal is that Stu and Billy have been killing people.
Yes.
Stu Macher and Billy Loomis, which is unfortunate to have just had sex with someone who's a serial killer.
Womp
womp. But they, yeah, that's kind of their thing. They're just serial killers. And the whole plan was to do this and then basically to stage it so that her dad was the one that did the killings. And so they were going to rough each other up. And Billy stabs Stu like a bunch.
Yes.
And he's very hurt, and then eventually gets a TV dumped on his head and he's electrocuted to death. Supposedly might come back. Maybe people keep hoping for it. I'm one of them. And then eventually Sydney does shoot Stu in the head, or excuse me, shoot Billy in the head.
Yes.
I think Gail shoots him first. And
yeah,
then
she plugs him, and then he gets back up, and
then Sydney hits him in the head.
Yeah.
So that's the end. And then the cops show up, and there's a house full of dead teenagers. And that's kind of the end of the movie. That was rambling. I swear I'll do better. This one's just it's got a lot going on. A lot of horror movies are pretty like Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, there's a pedophile who got burnt to death, and now he's out for revenge on the kids, and Johnny Depp's one of them. You know what I mean? Like really easy. This one
honestly didn't know he was a pedophile.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing behind Freddy Krueger.
See, I've never seen Nightmare on MILF Street, so I don't actually know much about Mr. Krueger. At all. So learning tonight that he's a pedophile. Wow, what a choice.
Yeah, dude, it was the 80s. We were not fucking around.
No, well, we were fucking around.
Fucking around. Actually, that's a good point.
We were not finding out.
Yeah, but this is actually a good segue into something I was going to mention about this project, is that I am a huge horror buff. Really like spooky movies. Sam, you're not as much, right?
No. Okay. No, I do not like horror movies.
It does lead me to my question though, Sam, which is, Sam, what's your favorite scary movie?
See, I was going to ask you this.
Okay.
Honestly, it's probably this or Get Out.
Get Out's really good. I think Scream is a high contender for me. I actually had a really in-depth discussion about this earlier because horror comes in so many different flavors.
Yeah.
It's genre fiction. It's like sci-fi. Like there's so many different sub-genres within sci-fi and same within horror. Really depends on my mood. But if I'm feeling like fuck around times movies, Child's Play. Love me some Chucky.
That is right about you. You do adore that mean little doll.
That mean little serial killer soul trapped in a doll.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that one, right? That it's a serial killer
Yeah.
who did some voodoo to trap his soul in a doll.
I think you mentioned it to me once.
Yeah.
I've definitely never like seen it.
Yeah. If I'm in like a genuinely want to be creeped out moment,
Mm-hmm.
Hereditary is
Mm,
earth-shatteringly unnerving. I will
mm.
never watch that movie again, I don't think.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast earlier, and one of the hosts was talking about Nope
Yeah.
and how that was phenomenal. And I've always been curious about Nope. Us
Yeah.
seemed a little too creepy for me.
I haven't
Um,
watched Us yet because I think it's going to creep me out too much.
yeah,
I
and
own Nope. If you want it, you can have it.
actually no, because he said that some parts of it gave him nightmares for days, and nope, not gonna do that.
How afraid of monkeys are you?
You know, as much as the next guy, I feel like.
Well, the next guy is extremely scared of monkeys.
Yeah, you're very scared of monkeys.
I do not like monkeys or
Well,
apes.
hold on. Are we talking monkeys or apes? Because
Both.
my fear levels are different.
Oh, okay. For me, it's equal. I don't like either, unless they're
Mm.
very small and very cute. Even then, I don't really trust them. What's your level on monkeys versus apes?
I trust an ape more than a monkey.
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel we've got more in common, you know.
That is true.
And so I feel like I could reason things out, you know, with an ape.
Yeah.
You
We
know,
could
like,
work something out.
and at the very least, you know, if a chimp is tearing my face off, which it likely would,
Yeah.
I would get it, you know.
Yeah.
Monkey, I don't know what they're doing.
True.
Fucking wild cards, monkeys.
Yeah. They're like us, but they're not us.
Correct.
Which is unnerving as hell.
Yeah. Apes, they think they're people, and that's kind of cute.
Yeah. I will say the one exception for me is orangutans. I'm not going to explain any further. They're fine. Don't have any problem with orangutans.
I don't really like an orangutan.
Really?
Yeah, arms are too long. Don't like it.
Yeah, they're kind of like Wookiees. It's weird.
They're very strange. Love a gorilla. Can I say?
Nope.
Oh, I know it would get me killed, but if I could hug a gorilla, I'd be a happy guy. I mean, aside from the stink.
Yeah.
They do smell rank.
Yeah.
They got quite the musk on them. Quite the Elon Musk on a gorilla.
Quite the Elon Musk. I was gonna say too that if I'm in an elevated horror mode, Nope is probably one of my favorite movies as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth checking out if you ever want to.
No.
Okay.
I'm good. I actually meant to look up what the alien looks like.
Oh yeah.
Earlier today, but I forgot. And then I was just going to read the plot, which is what I did with Us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm interested in a horror film and I know it's too scary for me, which like it mostly is because I don't want to be scared. I'm scared enough in my day-to-day life.
Sure.
I just read the plot.
Yeah, that's fair. Horror isn't, you know what? That's the thing, right? It's like spice. Like everybody has a spice tolerance level.
Sure. Mine is also pretty low.
Right. You're a milk boy. You aren't really into milk, I don't think. So
oat milk.
You're an oat milk boy.
I'm an oat milk boy. Hey, that feels like it's worse than being a soy boy.
That
Can
feels
I say?
Vaguely, yeah. It's got a weird sexual energy to it that I don't know I like.
Yeah. Oat milk boy.
Oat milk boy.
Ooh. Are you the oat milk boy? Here to bring me my oat milk over on MILF Street?
On MILF Street, extra creamy oat milk. Is your name Chobani Danger?
Actually, my name is Scrimshaw Gut Milk. But my middle name is Danger. Scrimshaw Danger Gut Milk.
We're so far off topic. Sam,
we are.
What'd you think of Scream?
It's fun. It's good. It's good time.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's solid. It does what it needs to do.
True.
I'm kind of out of words, to be honest with you. for how to describe the movie. It's just like a fun time.
Yeah.
I watched it for the first time like a few months ago, honestly.
Yeah. You went on a whole, because of your wife, right? You went on a whole journey watching basically all of the Scream movies.
So she was watching the most recent one. Is that 6?
6, a little bit of a disappointment, that one.
So she was watching 6, and I did the prototypical dad thing where I like kind of wandered into the room, and I was like, And so I sat down, and I was fiddling around on my phone a little bit, and then I paid less and less attention to my phone.
Yeah.
And ultimately ended up just watching the movie, and I was like, hey, this is actually pretty good. I don't understand anything that's happening. Who is this Billy Loomis fellow?
Yeah, I just want to point out that Scream 6 is the one that literally has a pantheon, like an altar to every single killer in the series.
Yeah, it does. And so I was like, interesting. I'm curious about this. And she was like, no, the other movies are pretty well, a couple of the other movies are pretty good.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
And I was like, yeah, I'd give it a shot. So we waited a few days, and then we started just watching them, which was interesting because I could only remember bits and pieces of the pantheon of killers from Scream 6. And so it was kind of a fun guessing game for me to be like, I think I saw that guy's photo, but I don't know for sure. But no, they're good movies. Even the ones that aren't, I think, are still entertaining to a degree.
Yeah, they're still good. Scream 3 can jump off a cliff.
That one was rough.
That one was not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Screams 1, 2 is great.
2 is good. Was 4 good?
4 is excellent.
Okay.
4 is divisive in the community. I think 4 is one of my favorites.
I don't remember. See, this is a problem. I've forgotten like all of them.
Yeah, and then 5, the reboot, or they describe it as a requel. Or no, sorry, the requel is the latest one. Is 6? I don't remember. I'm lost in my own Scream sauce. But the reboot, 5, really good. 6, kind of okay.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you want to get into Scream and you got it spoiled for you, or maybe you did go watch it and you were a good boy and came back and now you're listening to this, go watch Scream 2. Great. Scream 3, skip it. Scream 4, well, I don't know. It depends. If you want to get drunk and watch a horror movie, Scream 3 is pretty good. I think is maybe the only way to get that one down. But yeah, Scream, the original.
Yes.
Pretty damn good flick.
Pretty damn good. Luke, how do you feel about Jiffy Pop?
Jiffy Pop.
Pop. Yes, Jiffy Pop.
Jiffy Pop. Now, I know
you don't know Jiffy Pop.
I don't know Jiffy Pop.
You don't know Jiffy Pop?
Yeah.
My brother and Moses. You have to know Jiffy Pop.
I don't. I don't know these syllables.
It's in this movie.
Okay.
So when Drew Barrymore is making popcorn, that's Jiffy Pop.
I see.
It was the little thing that you would get at Blockbuster, and I think like nowhere else.
Yeah.
And no, you could get it at the store, and it was like a little foil skillet full of popcorn.
I didn't know these things had a name.
Yeah, it's a Jiffy Pop.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, love a Jiffy Pop. Where are you on Jiffy Pop?
I always found Jiffy Pop, which again, didn't know that was the name for this thing. I just thought it was popcorn. I always thought it was a little like complicated compared to the microwave and bag method.
Well, yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah. But there's also the risk, as is demonstrated in this movie, of it catching on fire.
Oh, you can do that in the microwave too.
You could get the job done in the microwave. No one's arguing that. But it is harder to do in a microwave.
Sure. But that's why you got to really watch your Jiffy Pop, because it pops in a jiff.
Yeah. And see, that's the problem with Drew Barrymore, her performance in this. She didn't spend enough time running away from the killer and going, what about my Jiffy Pop?
What about my Jiffy Pop? See, and she didn't like stand there and get stabbed while she shook and jostled the Jiffy Pop. ensuring that none of the popcorn burnt. Because the other is like, even if she got there before it burst into flame, it's not gonna taste good, you know?
Yeah. Which is another weird thing about this movie is that when her parents get home, they walk into the kitchen. They're weirdly blasé about the fact that it's on fire. Do you ever notice that?
Yeah, it is interesting that they're just like, fine. However, as someone who's about to be a dad, I do feel like I might get more distracted by the fact that my child who is left alone is nowhere to be seen, and it does look like the house was attacked.
Oh, yeah. But
I think that would distract you.
That would take precedence.
From an open flame.
For sure. But also, open flame is not, you got to deal with that.
It is pressing. You know, you got 48 hours to find your kid, you know?
Yeah.
That first 48, that's important. You got 48 hours. You do not have 48 hours if your house is on fire.
You do not. And I'm not saying don't pay attention to your kid. I'm just saying
triage.
It's not so much the fact that they didn't immediately go, oh, we're going to put this out. It's that they walk in, see that it's on fire, and basically go, huh, that's weird. Yeah. And then keep moving.
What's wrong with our daughter? It's like, hold up. Your house is on fire.
Yeah. Not even that. Does she Jiffy Pop the place into, is this house number 3?
Probably, yeah. That's why they're way out in the country. Is they each time they have a Jiffy Pop house fire, they have to move a little further out of town.
Yeah. How much did a Jiffy Pop cost at Blockbuster?
How the fuck would I remember that?
I don't know. I'm just curious what the markup was on Jiffy Pop.
Excuse me, ma'am. Let me see. Let me look up. I don't even know if Jiffy Pop still exists.
But it probably died with Blockbuster.
Again, I think you could get it somewhere else. You can get it at Walmart today for $2.18.
That seems about right. That's kind of a pricey bag of popcorn, though.
Well, if you do it with Instacart, it's $3.50, which is some bullshit.
That's some bullshit, Instacart. If I'm going to burn my house down, I can do it for cheaper than $2.10.
Yeah, but Jiffy Pop was so fun. You know, yeah. I didn't love the popcorn part, not that great. But the popping it, that was fun because it starts as this flat little skillet and you shake it over the open flame and it pop, 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 pop. And then it just keeps billowing out. Yeah. And you think like, surely this bag cannot get any bigger, this foil tent. And it just does. And it's so much fun. I got to tell you, being an active participant in your popcorn popping, I don't like popcorn anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is kind of a lot coming from a guy who famously says popcorn makes him ill?
Nauseous.
Nauseous. Okay.
Because I threw up once after eating popcorn, and now
there you go.
You know, those wires got crossed. They never.
Yeah, I understand completely. I have that with pineapple.
Pineapple, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, if that happened to me with pineapple, I'd be fucked. That is a daily one for me.
No. So, do we have time for a really quick Luke story?
This episode is kind of a disaster, so I think you can do a quick Luke story.
So we were in Hawaii when I was a teenager, and there was a machine. I think I've told you this before, but I haven't on the podcast. There's like a machine up in the woods. There's like a stand, Banana Joe's. They had a machine, and I don't know how it worked, but it didn't seem to have ice or anything. Somehow fruit went in, they turn it, and then ice cream-like substance came out.
Oh, you're talking about a Dole Whip.
Could be. I have no idea. But it was fucking amazing, basically. Yeah. And your boy ate not a distressing amount of pineapple ice cream lookalike stuff.
Yeah, but like pineapple whip.
Pineapple whip, not a distressing amount, a concerning amount of this stuff because it was cheap and delicious. And then we're driving back to the house, and there's what I call stink trees. They just stink. There's a certain section of the highway, you passed a bunch of trees, they stink. Something about the combo of being full of pineapple and the stink trees made me immediately need to vomit. So we're pulling over, and I'm puking on the side of the road. To which my wonderful dad gets out of the car, looks down at me, and says, "Well, if you're gonna puke anywhere, you might as well be puking in Hawaii." And
good point.
Classic, Pretty good. Good point.
Yeah, as someone who has vomited in Boston Logan Airport, I can tell you, would rather have done it in Hawaii.
Because the amazing part of that is I was very ill. And then you look up and it looks like Jurassic Park. That's where they shot Jurassic Park in Hawaii. And it's just like this gorgeous, lush foliage.
Yeah, see, I throw up and I look up and I'm in a stall in the under construction terminal at Boston Logan International Airport, and it sucks.
Yeah, that's not barfing in Beantown is not getting any traction. Selling the Buick in Boston Logan. I'm going to be there tomorrow, man.
You are going to be there tomorrow. So, hold on. So you don't eat pineapple?
I can't do it anymore. Yeah.
How you make your coat taste good, huh?
I knew you were going to ask that. That's why the sriracha bottle's next to the bed. It's a horrible joke, and I didn't want to say it, but you pushed me into it.
Okay. Back to the movie.
Yeah.
Look. Okay. I'm not one to blame the victim, okay?
Yeah.
But
I feel like we're going to Sydney.
Do you think if Drew Barrymore had just talked to the guy on the phone and answered his questions, that no one ever would have gotten killed?
That's a really interesting question. Well, the problem is somebody's already been murdered, and it's Sydney's mom.
Sure, but that was like a traditional murder, you know?
Yeah.
You know, fitted jealousy, rage, whatever. This was not, this is like your traditional serial killer where there's not necessarily a rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
So if Drew Barrymore had just, told him her name and answered pervert Alex Trebek's questions.
Alex Trebek is redundant. Yeah.
Would everyone have been okay?
I was just really distracted by the idea of Alex Trebek in the bedroom asking Jeopardy style questions. Yeah. Who's about to have sex with you?
No, see, that's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah. The person who's about to have sex with you.
Who is you?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
I'll take motions that make me come for 400. This maneuver involves 2 fingers in one location and 1 finger in a different one.
What is the stinker?
Correct.
This is a weird episode.
Yeah, it is. What a great sort of retirement party for me.
Yeah, we're sort of going away party. Yeah, to answer your question. Also, I'd like to change my answer to what is the shocker.
That's also accepted.
Yeah. I think honestly, it's pretty funny to imagine, yes, that if she just answered all of his questions, none of these movies would have happened. Because this,
just like,
yeah,
just like, one, yeah.
God.
I just, what's your favorite horror movie? Probably Friday the 13th. Oh, okay.
Oh,
cool.
All right, I guess I won't kill anybody.
Have a nice night.
Because this one plants a seed that the other movies build off of. Like everything is sequential in this movie series.
Yeah.
And it all begins with the killing of Drew Barrymore.
It does. And so if Drew Barrymore doesn't get killed because she answers all the questions, that was fine.
Everything would have been fine. She could have had her Jiffy Pop.
She could have had her Jiffy Pop.
She could have made it while she answered the questions.
She could have. Yeah. See? Would have been great.
Would have been great.
Okay. There are a couple things that popped out at me this time.
Yeah.
So one is Chekhov's poorly designed door placement.
Okay.
I love this. When Billy Loomis sneaks into Sydney's room, like at the beginning of the movie, and she shrieks and her dad comes and he slams the door into the other door, which what fucking idiot designed that?
Yeah.
And the camera like zooms in on these two doors hitting.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is Chekhov's poorly placed doors. And sure enough, later comes in clutch.
Does come in clutch. Nothing is wasted.
No.
Eat the whole buffalo. Every single piece of this is used somewhere later on in the movie.
The other is on top of the clothes stuff.
Yeah. Anything in particular, or
it's always a bad sign, I feel like, when your partner is just like, I know you don't want to do sex. What about on top of the clothes stuff?
Yeah.
And it's just like, no one's going to have fun. That's Chafe City.
That's Chafe Town, baby. It is also a weird request when you think about it.
It is weird.
Yeah.
Can I rub your clothes?
Yeah, I see those Dockers you're wearing.
Love those shapeless Dockers.
Do you want me to take them off? No. No, we're going to be doing over the clothes stuff tonight.
Yes. Nothing more do I love than those JCPenney shapeless khakis.
Are they pleated? Hell yeah, they're pleated.
Pleated for days.
Yeah.
She also has an underwear rule, which I think a lot of people would think that underwear has to stay on. I think that's actually incorrect.
Okay.
The underwear rule is they have to match.
I see.
So Billy's underwear and Sydney's underwear have to match in order for them to have sex, and they never do.
Yeah, it's basically a guessing game for old Billy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be easier, Luke, if they had if they did business with our sponsor this week. That would be MeUndies. Where you can get matching pairs with your partner, and these comfortable undies that match, so that Sydney can have sex with Billy Loomis earlier in the movie.
I don't think MeUndies would be throwing their hat in the ring on the same episode where you ask how I make my cum taste good.
I think they're fine with that.
I think MeUndies would have to be pretty cool about a lot of stuff really quick. But I appreciate their money. We'll take it. We probably won't see any more of it again in the horror hut.
Yeah, or any of it. Let me see. What else jumped out at me? I love how sparkly the Ghostface's robe is.
Yeah, it's a sparkly ass robe, my dude.
Very, very. Okay. Can I talk about something just a little bit different?
Yeah.
But it is related because it features Matthew Lillard.
Oh, I'm always down to talk about do a little Lillard patter. Lillard talk.
So Ken and I watched Five Nights at Freddy's a few weeks ago.
That's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie. You would think it's a horror movie. What it is actually is boring.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's just really boring and really confusing because, look, I don't know if you know this because I didn't know it. The lore of Five Nights at Freddy's is so convoluted.
It's extensive, yeah, for sure.
There's so much of it, and so little of it makes any sense. The whole movie was just like, we were just nothing's particularly scary or even unnerving. We were just like kind of annoyed and confused and bored.
Yeah.
I do not understand how it is such a popular movie or franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. I haven't seen it, so I can't weigh in. And I'm not like the biggest Five Nights at Freddy's, not the biggest like FNAF.
FNAFer.
FNAFer. I'm not a big FNAFer.
Yeah, nor am I.
So I don't know that I can really weigh in. How's Matthew Lillard attached to this?
Well, spoilers. He's the bad guy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he starts out the movie like working at like an employment agency.
Yeah.
And then he helps Josh Hutcherson get his job at FNAF.
FNAF, yeah.
And turns out he's there, and he's the yellow bunny, and he killed a bunch of kids,
Sure.
I think, and put their souls in the animatronics or something.
Yeah.
I don't actually recall.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So that's FNAF.
Okay.
But it is interesting to see two very different flavors of Matthew Lillard as a horror movie villain.
Yeah.
Because in that one, he's in it for 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
In this, he is so annoying.
Really?
His character
Yeah.
is one of the worst people put on screen.
I think,
and I've seen movies that had Hitler in them.
Yeah, and not Jojo Rabbit either.
No, you know how I love a Leni Riefenstahl film.
Those are the only two that have Hitler in them.
The deepest fucking cut. A joke for no one.
Got me real good. Well done, sir.
But no, his character is so obnoxious.
Yeah, by design for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, and he plays it so well. He has a gigantic tongue.
Yeah, he does. He sticks it out a lot too in this
Sticks
movie.
it out so much, and a lot of spit acting, which I respect a lot. Love a spit actor.
Yeah.
But God, just both times I've watched this, ready for him to die.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard's huge tongue would make a great episode title.
It would. It absolutely would. Yeah. So what sticks out to you about?
I have one question because we're running long, and it's a very important one. Sam, what's your favorite kill of the movie? I think this is going to be a Luke's Horror Hut bit.
Ooh, favorite moving forward.
What's your favorite kill in the movie?
I genuinely like when Tatum Riley is killed by the most powerful garage door ever produced.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's mine for sure.
It's so good. I mean, the others, if memory serves, are stab based.
Yeah, mostly there's a lot of hence Stab, the movie series that comes along, and the others in the other Scream movies.
I mean, it flows a lot better than Garage Door Crush.
Yeah, Garage Door Crush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think that one is pretty choice. Yeah, I think that one's the one for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there are any other like notable ones. Always a bummer when Henry Winkler dies.
Yeah, Henry Winkler beefing it is not great.
It's not.
But he gets his and Barry, so that's pretty good.
He does get his and Barry, and I do just like him.
Yeah.
I saw him once in real life.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm very envious of this. I've heard this before.
My mom met him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely guy.
That's what I'm told. That's why I'm so jealous.
And
yeah.
Which,
for sure.
Just for history's sake, we're we're recording this at 8 p.m. on November 20th, 2023. If Henry Winkler ends up actually doing some rank stuff, we didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So just hedging those bets. Quick question.
Yeah.
Who do you think would make the worst like horror movie villain killer? Like what actor?
So I have anybody. I can pick anybody.
Yeah.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's good.
It's
that's
pretty good.
Yeah, fuck.
I was just trying to think if I could do the impression, and I don't think I can, but him saying, "What's your favorite scary movie?"
What's your favorite scary movie? Not even close, but still.
It'd be so goddamn good if Drew Barrymore picked up the phone and that's what she heard. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, that blows mine out of the water.
Yeah, who are you gonna say?
I was gonna say Jason Schwartzman or Michael Cera.
Michael Cera, I can get behind. That would be very funny.
What's I'm so sorry to bother you. What's your favorite scary movie?
What would you say your like your favorite scary movie is? Never mind.
I'm sorry. Forget I even called.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing next week?
That's a good question. So how do we want to approach this?
How are you gonna fuck this pig?
How am I gonna fuck this pig? The David Cameron question. Another thing we don't talk enough about.
We don't talk enough about how David Cameron put his dick in a dead pig's mouth.
Yeah. Just prep school boys being prep school boys, baby.
You know how it is.
I think it's we could do what we're gonna do next. So next week we'll be watching 1960s, I think. Psycho.
Ooh, that'll be good.
Yeah. It'll be chronologically next week. For me, it'll be tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
That record. But yeah, we'll be doing Psycho.
And for me, won't happen at all.
Won't happen at all because you gonna have a baby Keanu.
Yeah,
baby Keanu.
Keanu on the way.
Yeah.
So the next time y'all hear me, I'll be a papa.
You'll be a big old daddy.
Already there. I feel pretty confident in saying. Definitely got the daddy energy down.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll be a papa, a proud papa.
Well, congrats, my dude.
Thank you.
Best wishes with everything from now until Wee Baby Keanu arrives. We'll be holding down the fort and we will be exploring some fucking horror movies.
Oh, I
guarantee you that.
I am excited to hear how it goes.
Yeah.
But folks, until then, you can find us on Facebook at Hanksy Panksy Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at Hanksy Panksy Pod. You can find us on Blue Sky at Hanksy Panksy. We're not on Twitter, and you know why. And you can send us an email at hanksypanksypod@gmail.com. And we got a Patreon, patreon.com/hanksypanksy. We might be taking a quick pause on patron suggested movies, but Ken and I are working on a couple of fun things that we can toss up there during our parental leave.
Nice.
And you chuck us enough money, you'd be one of Hanks's heroes, like Tuck and Daniel. And fellas, I'll let you do under the clothes stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
That's the kind of guy I am. Luke, do you do a final quote for the Horror Hut?
We are going to do a final quote, and it's actually your last time, buddy, to ask for the final quote. It's going to be somebody else's duty moving forward. So.
Luke.
Yeah.
What's your final quote?
It is said by Matthew Lillard, and it is, "I'll be right back."
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent line read, sir. Well, folks, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you later.